Hey everyone, it's Chris. Welcome back to the channel. Now, a lot of people don't like dividend paying stocks because they think there's no room for capital appreciation. That is, the price going up. And while dividend stocks tend to be more mature companies, you'd be surprised at the capital appreciation you can get if you're cautious and careful with what you choose. Now, 2021 was a big investment year for me, and I bought a lot of dividend and dividend growth stocks. I did play a little bit in some non-dividend players, but given what most of my portfolio was in, I thought I would take a look at which of my dividend stocks did the best for the year 2021. So in this video, I'm going to show you my 5 best dividend stocks for the year. And before we get started, can you go ahead and either subscribe or at least hit that like button? It would really help motivate me to make more videos like this just for you. What I decided to do is look at my best performing dividend stocks as of the close of business on 12/31/2021. The market has pulled back since then, but I needed an arbitrary end date. And since we are talking about 2021, the last day of the year makes sense. Now, these are not necessarily in order of returns, but instead in order of what kind of makes them interesting and the story behind them. Now, this first one is probably the most boring. National Fuel Gas is a natural gas utility as well as handles exploration, transportation, and marketing of gas and oil in the United States. Now, on March 2nd, I bought 10 shares at $45.80, and it ended the year at $63 and change, giving me a 38% return, and that's before dividends. Now, it's pulled back slightly, which means it might be a good time to purchase some more shares, and its current yield as I record this is just over 3%. So even better, its payout ratio, which is what percentage of its earning it pays out as dividends, is less than 50%, so that dividend should be nice and safe and stable. Now, the only bad thing about this stock is you're not going to get huge dividend growth, but it has grown its dividend reliably for 52 years. Now, I bought 5 shares of Broadcom in June at $470.87 per share. I've been looking at them for a bit just due to its dividend yield, but with the chip shortage that was going on, I thought it was a good time to kind of pull that trigger. Now, it closed 12/31 at $665 and change, which before dividends are even taken into account is a 41% return in just 9 months. And as I record this video, it has pulled back substantially, which to me is just another buying opportunity. In fact, its yield is up over 3% again. And in addition to the fantastic return and in addition to a 3% yield, they just raised their dividend by another 13%. Now, the Federal Agricultural Mortgage Corporation, which is also known as Farmer Mac, is a U.S. government chartered but publicly owned company that finances agricultural loans to farms, to farmers, and for rural housing. I bought 10 shares of Farmer Mac on March 1st at a price of $87.23, and it closed December 31st, 2021 at $123.93, which is just over a 42% return before dividends. Now, my yield on cost for these securities is just over 4%, and I expect them to raise their dividend by at least another 8, 9, 10% when they announce earnings in the next couple of weeks. Flex LNG is the next stock on this list, and LNG stands for liquid natural gas. Flex LNG transports LNG, liquid natural gas, around the world. And I bought 10 shares at $15.05 per share on 6/14/21. I thought this one might be a little bit risky, and I was willing to lose the $150 I spent to buy it, but to my surprise, it actually closed the year at $23.49, giving me a 56% return even before dividends. Oh, and its dividend. My yield on cost on these securities is just under 20%. And even with the pullback this year, it still has a yield of around 16%. Now, using the rule of 72, I should earn back my money in 3.6 years given its current yield. Now, the great thing is liquid natural gas demand is growing, so I'm happy to keep invested in this stock. So Del Taco is the last one on this list, and it was a pleasant surprise for me. If you've never been to one, Del Taco is like a Taco Bell type quick serve restaurant, and I used to go to them from time to time when I lived in California. So on October 18th, I bought 100 shares at $8.67. They had just started paying dividends in 2021, and I was hoping they would follow kind of the McDonald's or Yum Brands of the world and raise their dividend every year. Instead, in December, they announced a merger with Jack in the Box at $12.51 in cash. It should close sometime in Q1, which will give me a 44% return in just 3 or 4 months. And not only that, I'll get at least one other dividend before the deal closes. So even when you're buying what many would consider boring, dividend-paying stocks, you'll notice that there can be some excitement and some capital appreciation if you do your due diligence. But what about you? What were some of your best performing stocks, dividend stocks in 2021? Leave a comment below and tell us what your most interesting stock was and its performance and whether you think it's time to buy more. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you liked this video, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy investing.